what I wanted more than anything was emotional freedom. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. That would be immoral. But I do feel I have a moral obligation to share with you about how I change my circumstances in life from beating treatment-resistant depression, severe anxiety, suicidal ideation, chronic sleep apnea, nighttime anxiety. The list was long. And up being prescribed close to 30 medications. Now being on the other side of it, what I do feel I have an obligation to do is share my story, my experiences with you. Then you can take what you want from that, from this information, and see how it fits into your paradigm. If you want a paradigm shift, you have to take some new information. But I can tell you this. The second you think about creating a change in your for your circumstances, you're going to be met with resistance. Now, depending on your current level of mental conditioning will determine how much resistance you actually receive when you go to make that change, when you go to implement the changes. So I would make some mental adjustments based on your mental conditioning to open your mind up to at least entertain and listen to hear what I'm saying and to see what works for you. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. That's not what I'm doing. And what I will share with you is what worked for me. I will give you the blueprint. I'll give you everything that I did to cure my depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation. I had to literally save myself from killing myself. As I said this in previous videos, it was going to be the pearl handle pistol, it was going to be the bottle of pills, or the kitchen knife to the jugular. Those were the three things I had on standby because of how bad the shit was that I was going through. I got through it on the other side of it, and I have to say, it wasn't about me finding something else out there. I've done all that. It wasn't about getting another motor coach, another vacation, another sports car, another house, more money, another person. None of that. I've done all that stuff. All those things, the people, places, and things I've chased, I've tried to use to fill a void in my life for so many years, and it never worked. At best, they were fleeting moments of happiness. Okay, underneath the surface, there's this huge weight of discontentment. I didn't feel fulfilled. But again, what do? You go out and try something else. You keep going out there looking for it when it's not out there. The only thing that I can tell you that really, really started to make a huge impact on me is when I realized, and I had to really, really sit down and change my mindset and understand that everything I need. I was born complete. You were born complete. We as human beings, you've heard me say this hundreds of times, we were born as miracles in God's highest form of creation. If you can understand that concept and then evoke a feeling to go with that idea, the idea of being a miracle, the process of life, that's what started me on my journey of healing, of beating that depression, saving my own life. And again, I would strongly suggest you take these three words and implement them into your vocabulary. And those three words are, I can learn. You can learn a new way. I guarantee you can. Whether or not you understand this, believe it, or even realize it, you are currently running a mindset, a program of thoughts and feelings and emotions that are creating your current circumstances. Every single person on this planet is doing that. What you have to understand as well is that if you want to change the circumstances, then you have to look at your program and look in the pipeline that you're using that's spitting out these results or keeping your current circumstances in place. And again, I'm going to refrain from saying it's my life, and I'm going to suggest and encourage you to up that and look at it as you are life, because your life is small. I don't care who you are on this planet compared to the bigger picture of actually how you were created. Life is fucking amazing and huge. So if you can go from my life to I am life, just sitting on that for a second, understanding that concept, you're going to start creating some new neural pathways in your brain. Feel that. Feel what that feels like to say, I am life. It's so much bigger than it's my life. It's I am life. You got to get this brain, because right now what's happening is this. You are so focused, and I'm speaking from experience. I'm not pointing the finger, I'm speaking from experience. I understand where you're going through. Everybody's situation is different, but at the same time, there's some similarities. And when you're fucking depressed and you're thinking about killing yourself every day and you have severe anxiety, there's certain thoughts going through your brain that keeps you stuck at a certain level of feeling a certain way. You're at a level where you continue feeling a certain way every single day because of the circumstances you're in right now. So in order to break that cycle, you have to implement some new thoughts. Some new thoughts that are going to create new emotions that are going to produce different results. Your end goal is results, right? And I can also say this. The things that you think you have the most control over have control over you. You think that you're controlling those situations, but guess what? If you take a look at the time you're spending in investing and trying to make sure everything is going your way, who really has control over that? That situation has complete control over you. So I'm going to highly encourage you to practice acceptance and letting go of shit that you don't need to be consumed with. And that's going to take some time. That's going to have you looking in the mirror. That's going to have you sitting still with yourself and creating some new beliefs so you have a new understanding of where you're currently at. Okay? And what I want you to do is take those ideas I just shared with you and implement them in a way that you can actually sit down and evoke a feeling. How does it feel when you say, I am not my depression? I am not my anxiety. I am not my blank, fill in the blank. You are not that situation. You're going through a time, a period, and experiencing these different feelings. And I can tell you this, what you don't probably know right now is that subconsciously, you're creating feelings, your thoughts and feelings, okay, are creating a situation that you may not be aware of. So the best advice I can share with you is to really hone in on those feelings, those thoughts and feelings and emotions. Remember this, you cannot have an emotion without a story that precedes it. The story creates the emotion. When you take a close look at your story and understand what's in the story, I promise you, it works. I guarantee, look at the story that you're creating and it's going to be completely in line with the results you're getting from the emotions. So I want you guys to sit on that for a minute. Understand. If you have any questions what I'm sharing with you, please reach out. Send me the questions. Send me the DMs. I will provide you the answers as best as I know how. I've been through a lot, and I can say this: being on the other side of this fucker, I'm going to share with you everything I got because I want you to get on the other side of what you're going through, and I 100% believe you can. I say that with conviction, and I am committed to helping people annihilate, fucking destroy the depression, the anxiety, the mental health issues that they're going through. Because I know how bad it sucks. But I also can tell you this, on the other side of it, there's so much freedom from it. That feeling is almost indescribable. The feeling I went through when I was at my lowest my darkest hours, that is also indescribable. I have hard time finding words to describe how awful of experience that was. If you're going through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I can tell you again, on the other side of it is also an indescribable feeling of freedom. Stay, be, have everything you want. Be fucking bold.